Hello everyone and welcome to the Good Game Lobby review of Despelote, a story of childhood that takes place during the world's biggest game of football. Let's lace up our football boots and hit the pitch in my review. Despelote is an emotional, narrative football game by Julián and Sebastián Valbuena, and is loosely based on the life of Julián growing up in Quito, Ecuador. Last year, Panic published two of my favorite games, Thank Goodness You're Here and Arco, both of which ended up on my top games of 2024. That's why I'm very excited to finally play their next published game, Despelote. They have a way with selecting games that will not only entertain you, but make you feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. The story follows an 8-year-old boy named Julián who loves to play football video games and hang out with friends kicking around the ball. In the game, you'll dribble, pass, and shoot the ball around town, meet up with friends, play video games, and take care of your younger sister. Feel the city and Julián change as Ecuador comes closer than ever to qualifying for the World Cup. Let's get into the gameplay, but before we do, I just want to touch on how the game starts. It's a really nice cinematic way. Despelote has one of my favorite intros to a game this year. You begin by playing an NES quality football game. The intro is cinematic in the way you slowly zoom out of the game and realize it's a TV in the living room of Julián's home. His parents are speaking about Ecuador and their match, which results in his father turning off the TV without regard for Julián's game-winning PlayStation, something all gamers are familiar with growing up. They put on the football match, and you can follow their dialogue on what's happening as the game slowly zooms back into the TV, fully immersing you into both worlds we will follow during Despelote. Okay, aside from the NES game you'll play throughout, the main controls are first person. Playing with toys in his room, sharing a meal with his family, or kicking a football around with friends. The dribbling and kicking mechanic feels fantastic. As long as you navigate with the left thumbstick, you'll have full control of the ball. So when you pull back on the right thumbstick and flick it forward, that you kick the ball. You can lightly pull back and flick it to pass to friends, or really charge up a kick to annoy your teachers during free time in school. You'll find that throughout the game, you're fed information about the games Ecuador is playing leading up to the, spoiler alert here, qualifying for the World Cup. Between each game, we hear directly from Julián himself describing bits of Ecuador's history or his own deep personal connections to Quito growing up there, and how true to real life the game is. He is bearing it all for you to experience his life, and it's truly gripping to hear it come directly from him. Not only was Julián growing up, or Ecuador reaching new heights in football, but the country was changing economically and politically. We were given insights into those historic changes in bite sizes like clips of actual footage from games and newspapers. Something about growing up during that time myself truly speaks to me. No smartphones or social media feels like it would make us lose our minds today. But being in Quito, Ecuador without them for the 2 hours I played Despelote was refreshing. Like I mentioned, each chapter is separated by the following of the 5 games leading up to the qualification, and within each one you have the opportunity to run up to a TV that'll have archival footage of the games and watch along. You can technically just watch the games, but it's meant for you to truly experience being a kid exploring and checking in on the game with locals or family. I only have one gripe in the game, and it's a section where you lose your sister playing hide and seek. I, for the life of me, could not find her anywhere, and it became very frustrating because the game shifts to a nighttime look and it becomes hard to see. Eventually I found her, and I think that is the point. They gamify it a bit more, but the visuals were so dark it was impossible to see where she was. Small thing, just wanted to share that little part. The visuals are a standout for Despelote. The characters and interactable objects are simplistic, hand-drawn in black and white, while the world itself looks like it's been scanned with a LiDAR sensor. The footage that you're watching from the screen recording won't do this game justice it deserves, and YouTube's algorithm will compress this video even more, so I highly recommend playing it firsthand to experience the game's true artistic quality. It's honestly like nothing I've seen before, and you can truly appreciate the color palette and how it's limited to 2 colors. The dithering effect I mentioned gives it such a unique quality. It almost feels retro in nature, fitting for what it's trying to evoke, a period of time in the past. Kicking the ball sounds great, and it makes each kick feel that much better. At one point you're in a dream, kicking balls over and over. They just drop from the sky, and it's a place you can spend so much time in because it feels so great to run and kick with reckless abandon. The soundtrack has a few great hits you'll hear on the radios and around town or in your house. Each radio has spatial audio to feel more realistic, so if you leave the room, the music will slowly fade out. We have a great selection of songs I was jamming to, and here's one I loved. Enjoy. Later in the game, Julián shares a memory of how the park where he lived was too far for his parents to bring him to, or for him to go alone, and you get a chance to play in that park. He then mentions how the development of the game and going to record audio of the park gave him the chance to visit the park when he wanted. It's a nice full circle moment that ties the game up neatly. Despelote took me 2 hours to complete. I wasn't given the pricing, so I can't comment on that right now, but I feel like this is a solid game with a short and sweet story that reminds us of why being a kid is such a wonderful experience to go through. The gameplay is inventive and fun with every kick of the ball. Julián sharing this small part of his life is raw and emotional and connects you deeper to the experience. Using football as a way to bridge together games and real-world impact is fitting. We have so many struggles at the end of the day, and our personal experiences help us get through them. And sometimes these world events like the World Cup help us take a step back and kick it together. Despelote is a great experience and one of my must-plays of 2025. I kind of wish I could also just play the mini game anytime I wanted. So what do you think? Will you check it out, or have you played any of the other Panic published games? Let's chat in the comments about it. Thanks for watching my review of Despelote. If you're looking for another narrative-driven game, I might recommend checking out Citizen Sleeper 2 on your left, or the full list of games I've reviewed this year so far on your right. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm blown away. Thank you so much for your support, and as always, GG.